Hey there, colleague. How you doing? Something I'm trying to do better about is sharing examples of people who take the things that I write about and actually make them their own. They make it a part of their classroom practice, and in doing that, experience that they can grow as teachers by doing fewer things but better. And so today, I want to look at a choir teacher who teaches in my school, Linda Tata, or I should say, I teach in Linda's school, all right, because that's what's really going on, who decided after I wrote an article some years ago about writing in the classroom to have her choir students write about what they were doing in choir class. So let's take a look at what Linda has done with her choir students as it relates to writing. Okay, so here's what Linda is doing with her choir students. They started taking notes in notebooks, and they're basically treating it like a journal about each day's rehearsal. Students write the warm ups that they sing, the measure numbers of which songs, and the feedback that she gives them during rehearsal. And she noticed a couple of benefits. Benefit number one, she thinks that it's increasing the degree to which they retain the feedback that she gives. I think that she's probably right about that. And number two, when she's working with one section, the other students can take notes, add to their choir journals instead of getting bored or chatting aimlessly with one another. And third bonus, she feels like a legit teacher when students take notes in her class, which I think is just funny because she's definitely a legit teacher. But there is just something about having students write that feels really legit. And I think that this is what it is. Whenever we have students write something down, it signals this is important. This is so important that we're going to take the time to actually put it to the page. So whether you're having students do a quick write about what they just learned, keep record of the workouts that they're doing in the class, or in this case, the actual work that they're doing in choir class, you're signaling to them without even saying it. You're saying this stuff is really important. This is valuable. We're going to keep track of it. We're going to commit it to the page. Now, here's another cool thing that she added, and it has to do with students self-assessing themselves using a rubric that she's created. Let's take a look at the rubric. Okay, so I think what Linda's doing with this rubric is she's basically woodenizing or making super clear what does it look like to have an excellent day in choir versus a mediocre day versus a really bad one. So if you're really kicking butt in choir, it means that you got your cell phone away, you're singing audibly, you're in your assigned spot, you're looking at music, you're listening to feedback, you're you're taking notes, and you're just basically being about the business of getting better at the work that we're doing in this class. That's really clear behavioral level descriptors of just what it looks like to be engaged, to be in it, to be owning it, not renting it, as our principal likes to say. And what I think is really cool is that Linda is finding that the students are being pretty honest. Okay. So she's created an environment here where if we're going to use this self evaluation rubric, we're going to do it to tell the truth. I don't need to fake anything here. There's no benefit to me faking anything here. And when she says that her students are being honest with the self evaluation rubric, to me, what that means is they're really buying into, they're valuing the work of learning in this class, because if I really value something, even if I can cheat, I'm not going to, because cheating cheats me of the thing that I value. And what Linda's kind of tapping into with this self evaluation rubric is unpacking outcomes, good or bad. So I've mentioned woodenization in this video. That is strategy 7 in this book, The Will to Learn. And now I'm talking about unpacking outcomes, good or bad. And that's strategy 9 in this book. And what both of those strategies have in common is they're primarily targeting the effort and efficacy beliefs. The effort belief is that if I try, if I put forth effort, it's going to result in a positive change. And the efficacy belief is that ultimately I'll succeed in this class. So when you do things like make just solid engaged participation in class clear to students, that's woodenization, and that's helping them to know what does good effort look like. And if they are completing this rubric every day, it's starting to become a part of how they think about the person that I'm bringing, the part of me that I'm bringing to bear on this lesson. And then when students use this rubric every single day at the end of class and just write down their score, now over time, they're just every day, they're unpacking. How did I do? Who did I bring today to class? So I want to say excellent job to Linda. And I just want to put this in front of you, colleague, because this is an example of a teacher taking just fundamental ideas, unpacking outcomes, woodenization, writing as a means to enhance learning and enhance value, but she's bringing them to bear on her unique class, on the type of teacher that she wants to be. If there's any recipe for having a great teaching career, it's that type of stuff. Here's an idea this guy wrote about. I'm going to make it 10 times better because I'm going to make it suit my class, my needs, my situation. And as I'm doing this, I'm just going to point my own attention to it feels kind of good. Because, colleague, it really is a good feeling, isn't it? To do the types of work that elevate our craft, elevate our disciplines, that make our students experience the beautiful sense of ownership that learning in any subject area can provide. Thanks for watching, colleagues. And if you like this type of video where I look at what other teachers are doing, let me know in the comments and I'll make more.